All right, today we're going to walk through the customer vendor link netting when there is a foreign currency transaction involved. So for this example, I have a customer vendor link set up in the Reed International subsidiary in AUD. Have a look under open transactions. We have 4 transactions. We have an invoice in, I'll show you over here. I have an invoice in USD, an invoice in AUD, a bill in AUD, and another bill in AUD. Look at totals. Because we're in the AUD currency, it's converted the US invoice. And we have $5,110 worth of invoice balances, $3,800 worth of bills. So we can net the $3,800, leaving us a balance of $1,310. The first step is just to perform standard 11 Martini netting. I'm going to submit that with the foreign currency included. And then we're going to walk through the steps to close out the foreign currency transaction because it's not standard NetSuite behavior to be able to apply payments in different currencies. So you'll see this is running as we're refreshing. The journal's being created. All right, so we are now finished netting. But we have this netting journal balance here. So let's go look at that. So look at the journal we just created. Let's create a line, standard procedure with the netting plus tool for each transaction. The 3 AUD transactions are completely closed out. Paid in full, paid in full, and paid in full, no balance. But the USD invoice has had nothing applied to it. Still has the full amount. So what's the process now? Because NetSuite can't automatically pay this line and balance it out, we have this balance sitting in our customer vendor link. So the steps to close this out is firstly we need to accept a payment in USD. So this is the invoice that's outstanding. We're going to accept the payment. We're not going to accept the full amount. We're going to accept it based on the exchange rate calculated by NetSuite. So we know we have a payment of 1,600 divided by 1.5, 11716 is 1,058.40. I'm going to save that. Next, we're going to go create a bank deposit. So we're going to transactions, bank, and make deposits. We're doing this into the AUD bank account. So I'm going to make sure that we've selected the transaction down the bottom here. So the payment amount in USD, so 1,058.40 in USD, totals to 1,600 in AUD, which is what we have in our journal to be balanced. Accept that. Now we need to create a secondary journal. So we're going to enter a journal in AUD, which is going to reverse the impact of the customer payment from the first step. So I'm going to choose the same subsidiary that our customer vendor link's in. I'm going to put the name of our customer here. Choose our accounts receivable account that we're netting off against. I'm going to add in here the transaction. Just record keeping. I'm going to debit 1,600. On the second line, same thing, I'll put my customer name here. In the account, we're going to choose the bank account that we deposited into. And then we're going to credit the same amount. I'm going to add our customer vendor link here so that we can keep track of everything. I'm going to hit save. And lastly, we're just going to accept a customer payment to net it all out. So accept customer payment. And choose our customer. You can see here the second journal that we created, number 238, which is this one, 238. We're going to balance that off against the first journal, which was part of our netting process, 237. So that's balancing this 1,600 that wasn't applied to the journal to balance out the payment and the deposit. Hit save. Now when we head back to our customer vendor link and refresh, our netting journal balance is gone. It's 0 because everything's been balanced and applied, and we have this balance of $1,300 in the invoices. Update our balances. AR's 1,300, AP 0, netting balance is 0 because we can't net anything, and that's our balance. So that's how we perform foreign currencies.